Awareness is everything. Self-awareness is what all leadership work is about. So I want to introduce you to a simple 4-step awareness model that can really help you expand awareness and manage change. I'm going to take you through the 4 steps and then give you an example of how to work with it. I want to use a radar metaphor here. Think of your awareness like a fine-tuned, highly sophisticated radar system, aware of everything going on around you and within you. Or not. This first level is unaware. Your radar is off. This one is where many of us live. We are unaware of our behavior and how it impacts others. We don't have our awareness radar on, so we don't pay attention or listen to the feedback around us. And we don't pay attention to what's going on inside of us, with our emotions and with our body. Basically, clueless. So what you would say here at this level would be, boy, I didn't know I was doing that. In this place, there is little growth. The second level is hindsight. At this level, you become aware of the situation only after it happens. It's like the radar gets turned on after something happens and you're reading the results of your behavior. Here, you would say something like, uh-oh, I did it again. The third step is midsight. At this level, you're aware of your behavior and when you're in it. It's like you've turned on your radar when you're right in the middle of something and suddenly you become aware of what's going on. Here, you would say something like, oh, I'm doing it again and I can't quite do anything about it. And the fourth step is foresight. At this level, you can proactively manage your behavior so that you shift it before it shows up. Your radar is on, it's highly alert and aware, it's aware of what's going on around you, and it's aware of what's going on inside of you. Here you would say, I can do it again, or make another choice. So level 1, unaware, level 2, hindsight, level 3, midsight, and level 4, foresight. These are the 4 levels of awareness. Let me give you an example of how I've used this process to shift my awareness, which changed my behavior. I have this part of me that is a great BSer. I can manipulate information to make myself look good, or to figure out how to get my way. And I would actually convince myself that it wasn't BS, that it was the truth. For a long time, I was totally unaware that I was doing it. And I didn't want to hear anything from anybody about it. So I was at level 1, unaware. As I was doing some of my self-development work, I realized that BSing is really lying. I would like to soften it by calling it BS, but when it comes down to it, I was lying. It's just not the truth. And I wanted to change that. Moving to level 2 means that I had to monitor my communication in order to catch myself when I was lying. Since this was such a big part of how I communicated, it was hard to catch it. And most of the time, I would miss it. But sometimes, I would catch it in hindsight. I would say, damn, there it is again. I did it again. Catching yourself after you've done the behavior is an important step in the process of gaining awareness. Did you ever find yourself, after you've done something that you know isn't right, saying to yourself, damn, I did it again. I didn't want to do that, but I did. You know, you yelled at someone that you cared about, and then you realized it after you did it. Well, that's hindsight. Hindsight is the first step on the path to shifting the behavior that you want to change. The next step is to catch yourself in it, which is right in the moment, and that's level 3, midsight. So for me, it would be catching myself right in the moment of lying. So I would say to myself, here I am doing it again. At this point, I wasn't skilled enough to stop it. It would just come out. But I would catch myself in it. I knew what I was saying was BS. So finally, the next step is to move to foresight, up to level 4. It's shifting the behavior before you do it. This is really, truly proactive behavior at this level. And it's amazing when you get to this step. I now know how that BSer likes to work. I know when he likes to show up, and I can proactively shift so that I don't have to lie to make myself look good or get what I want. You have to be patient with this process. For some things, it can go fast. For other behaviors, it may take a little longer. As you work with the process, it goes faster and faster. For example, it took me about a year to get a real handle on this BS part. Now, because I use the awareness model all the time, I can shift behaviors faster. Some of the harder ones still take a little while, but overall, I found this model to work really well. The beauty of awareness is that it gives you a choice on how you want to behave. You can be proactive. So instead of reacting, you can step back, take a breath, pause, and shift into proactive behavior. So now that I've made you aware of the model, it's time for you to use it. I've attached the awareness model to this video. Print it out, and you can use it with most of the videos on the site that incorporate change in behavior. Or you can just use it for anything that you want to change. Remember, awareness is everything. Self-awareness is what this leadership work is all about. And that's no bullshit. Until next time, passion rules.